They may be a little unconventional to some, but the heart wants what the heart wants. We won't say that Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly are the most intense couple we've ever seen in Hollywood, but we also won't say they aren't. Since we've seen the couple take to social media to show their love for each other, many of us have been curious about what brought them together in the first place and what makes their connection so strong. Sure, we've seen celebrity couples happy and in love, but then there's MGK and Megan, and that's a whole different story. To understand how this, well, we'll just say interesting couple got started, we'll have to take you all the way back to last year when the two were on set filming their upcoming indie thriller Midnight in the Switchgrass. When the film's production was delayed due to the pandemic, Megan and MGK got to spend some quality time together. In May of last year, a source told E! That the two had been hooking up and later said, "She has something going on with Machine Gun Kelly that she is excited about." And the rest was history. Since then, they've been cuddled up in countless posts together, seemingly falling harder for each other as time goes on. And we'll admit, it's kind of adorable, and we love to see the couple so happy with each other. Not to mention that a source recently told ET Online that the two would love to start a family one day, but now just isn't the right time. The source also told ET, as far as engagement goes, it is likely that this will happen sooner than later, and it has been a topic of conversation without question. Their schedules are starting to get super busy again, so they just want to make sure that the timing is right, since it would be a big step for both of them and their families. But that doesn't mean their relationship didn't come with its fair share of speculation where both of them are concerned. For those who may not know, Megan is still technically married to her soon-to-be former spouse of nearly 10 years, Brian Austin Green. And even though the two separated and officially filed for divorce last year, some fans still find the timeline of their official split to be a little confusing. Not to mention that Brian and Megan listed two different dates for their separation. Brian listing that their split took place in March of 2020, and Megan listing that their split was in November of 2019. But that's all we'll say on that note. It's not so different for MGK either. Before dating Megan, he was dating influencer and fashion model Summer Rae. Summer later went on Logan Paul's podcast Impulsive and spoke about her brief experience dating MGK. She claimed that part of why they broke up was because she believed he was cheating on her with Megan, who she believed to be happily married at the time. She was also told that she wasn't allowed to be present at MGK's video shoot for his song Bloody Valentine. And while it made perfect sense at the time because of the pandemic, it's easy to see how Summer would later be concerned about this, seeing as how Megan herself was the star of that music video. While Summer has since moved on from their past relationship history, it seems that both MGK and Megan clearly had their fair share of dilemmas before officially declaring their love for one another. But in the end, the two somehow knew that they were going to end up together, and that's exactly what happened. The couple has been flooding our news feeds with PDA and heartfelt posts about each other, and they don't seem to be slowing down anytime soon. Recently, paparazzi spotted the two spending time together at Disneyland, and it's honestly adorable. And while we know that they knew they'd end up together, some fans have been curious as to how they work so well together and what makes their connection so strong.
God damn, my love, he looks so good.
We've seen the photos they've posted about each other, and they're obviously heartwarming, but have you read the captions? In a February post, Megan is seen cuddled up in front of MGK, the post reading, "There goes my heart manifest outside of my body, draped in the towering silhouette of a most unusually handsome boy." And that's not even the whole caption. The post contains an array of intimate moments of the both of them, so we can definitely see the sentiment. Sometimes when two people are happy and in love, it's normal to want to tell the entire world, which they do, in their own way. And we can't forget the memorable post MGK left on his Instagram on Valentine's Day last year with the caption, "I wear you around my neck," followed by a knife emoji. We won't get into the deal with the whole knife emoji thing in this video because honestly, it takes too much energy, but you get the point. In this post, MGK shares his own array of photos of the two of them. One photo in particular shows a necklace containing an actual drop of Megan's DNA that she gave him. It's his version of a sentimental token of his love for her, and whether you love it or hate it, it's here to stay. Needless to say, the couple's love for each other is more than intense. Even when they're talking about each other in person, they can't help but to mention how deep their connection is. In an interview with Nylon, Megan spoke on her relationship with MGK, saying, "Loving him is like being in love with a tsunami or a forest fire. The intensity of merging with him is just overwhelming, and the threat it poses is so powerful but so beautiful that you have no choice but to surrender with reverence and with gratitude." I won't even pretend to understand the full depth of what that statement means for them, because there's clearly some layers underneath the surface that we'd need to unpack to fully grasp that one. connection. And if that wasn't a powerful sentiment in and of itself, their astrological connection is just as intense. Megan has been very vocal about her belief in astrology and on educating MGK about what it all means. So it comes as no surprise that people have been comparing their birth charts and astrological compatibilities. According to InStyle, their shared signs say a lot about their relationship. They both share a sun sign, which apparently means they see eye to eye on a lot of things. They speak the same love language because of their Venus connection, and they share a like-minded communication because of their Mercury conjunction. We won't take the time here to explain all of that because honestly, we're not sure how to. But their astrological charts have been proving to many fans that their love was inevitable and written in the stars, as they say. And Megan can clearly attest. It's now been over a year since the couple started officially dating, and they seem to be thriving. And while fans are still anxiously awaiting what seems to be an inevitable engagement announcement, the couple isn't necessarily ready to start ringing wedding bells just yet. Megan is still married, and the twin flames are clearly in love, but there's not much they can do about that until her divorce to Brian is finalized. And considering the length of her previous marriage and the fact that her children with Brian would also be a huge factor in her decision, it makes perfect sense that she and MGK would like to enjoy their time just being together before shopping for a wedding dress, despite how fast the relationship appears to be moving. But side note, with MGK and Megan's unique fashion style and sense of humor, how sick would that wedding be? Can you even imagine the venue decor? But I digress. Even though the two aren't engaged at the moment, that doesn't mean things aren't going in the right direction by any means. A source told E! That the two are very much in love and have a strong and intimate relationship. The source went on to say, her divorce is moving along and they are hashing out custody details. The two have no doubt that they are soulmates and meant to be life partners. And it doesn't take much more than a scroll through either of their Instagram profiles to see that they're clearly in love. Even during a BuzzFeed Celebs segment where MGK read thirst tweets, he respectfully declined the more bold and obtrusive tweets by mentioning that he was happily locked in and enjoying his relationship with Megan. I can't even deal with how cute that is coming from MGK. Megan has even started introducing her kids to him, which is a huge step in any relationship. We're sure that meeting Megan's children is something MGK doesn't take lightly, seeing as he's a father himself and has a 12-year-old daughter named Casey. Sources still aren't sure if Megan has met Casey. At the very least, there hasn't been any official footage released of it. But it's probably safe to assume that that may be the next step for them before they start sending out any sort of wedding invites. Whether you understand them or not, Megan and MGK are crazy about each other, and we can only expect to see more from them. Despite how people may feel about their relationship, Megan and MGK have a connection that many of us could only hope to have one day, and we're excited to see what happens next with the happy couple. What do you think of their relationship? Can you see them getting engaged sometime in the future? Let us know in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe to The Thing Celebrity to hear more about your favorite Hollywood stars.